Yoga will change the world. Here is why I think so. You may ask, why hasn't it done it already? Yoga has been around for a long time. And that's exactly the right question. And here is the answer. Yoga hasn't changed the world because the science of yoga is not yet understood. The yoga that has become famous in the modern world, the yoga that's being practiced in your local gym, has nothing to do with this. It's movement and stretching, a healthy exercise in every way, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. Ancient yoga was something else entirely. It was a staggering phenomenon, even unreal given the era in which it flourished. I argue that if the insights of this science known as pre-modern yoga can be brought into modern world, which hasn't yet happened, yoga will change the world. Let me tell you the whole story. It can be said that the golden age of yoga ended about 800 years ago. I personally consider the year 1193 AD as the watershed year when the Mughal invaders destroyed the magnificent Nalanda University. The Nalanda Library, known as the Dharma Ganja, reportedly burned several months after the university was looted. Yoga then disappeared into the forests. Before this, India consisted of numerous tantric kingdoms. By the way, Tantra originally referred to yogic science, not the bedroom stuff. Anyway, many of these tantric kingdoms funded and supported yoga research and practice in their courts. With their disappearance, yoga became a tradition maintained by brotherhoods living on the margins of society. By the 1700s, many of these fraternities had degenerated into gangs of bandits. Some scholars even call these gangs the yoga mafia. Did you know that the English word thug is originally the name of one of these gangs? It can be said that, with a few worthy exceptions, the science of yoga was forgotten. When yoga was revived in the 19th century, it wasn't done by the remaining experts in the science of yoga. It was done by Western scholars and Westernized Indians. Swami Vivekananda is perhaps the most famous of these yoga revivalists. He was a wonderful, curious soul, a remarkable human being, but he was only taking the first small steps towards understanding yoga. Many people are surprised, for example, that he considered asana exercises or the yoga postures to be harmful. I call the 1700s and the 1800s the great disruption of yoga. The yoga that preceded this, often called pre-modern yoga in research, is not yet understood. I've spent my life studying it, and I argue that when it will finally enter the mainstream, it will profoundly change the modern world. Numerous scientific disciplines are on the verge of major breakthroughs right now. It may sound incredible, but yoga faced these same breakthroughs thousands of years ago. Those ancient scholars spent hundreds of years figuring out these insights. We are like children who have discovered new things, and we have the opportunity to learn from an elder who knows the subject. He's from a different era and a bit strange, but still his knowledge is invaluable. Let me give you some examples. Yoga is often called the science of prana. What is prana? Most New Age gurus call it the invisible energy, the life force within us, and these vague theories have discredited yoga in the eyes of most people. Michael Levin is a leading biologist at Tufts University, where he studies bioelectricity. His research reveals how cells use electrical signals to communicate, influencing development and regeneration. Levin's work suggests future possibilities like limb generation, tumor reprogramming, and birth defect correction by manipulating these bioelectric signals. This is exactly the field in which the ancient yogis operated, and what Levin calls bioelectricity corresponds to numerous yogic definitions of prana. However, Prana is a broader topic in yoga, and this is exactly why it can give us some new insights. Bernardo Kastrup is a famous philosopher who is considered to be the modern mouthpiece of idealism. Idealism is the doctrine of existence where the existence of all things depends upon the mind. Kastrup's philosophy has exploded in popularity, and interestingly, his way of dealing with the existence is exactly in line with most yoga schools. Indeed, yoga offers a staggering number of directions in which idealism can be taken, and a thick literature on how to use the idealist perspective. Idealism is currently experiencing a new renaissance with numerous philosophers becoming its proponents. I love the fact that yoga and Western idealism are finding each other. This consciousness-centered way of seeing the world also gives a whole new explanatory power to the latest interpretations of quantum physics. Donald Hoffman is a cognitive scientist at the University of California, Irvine. His research challenges conventional notions of reality and suggests that our senses do not show us the truth, but they evolved to adapt to survival rather than truth. According to Hoffman's theory, the reality we perceive is an interface that conceals the complex underlying processes of the natural world. Could the teachings of yoga be better summarized? It could be said that the yoga tradition is a solution to the problem of senses not telling us the truth about reality. Yoga aims to give us the tools to transcend the everyday reality that our senses offer us, so that we can understand what we really are and achieve harmony and balance. Here are just a few examples of why the study of yoga is more interesting today than ever before, and how it can be an invaluable resource as we make sense of the latest breakthroughs in science and philosophy. If you want to join me in exploring yoga, just go to explore.yoga. You can start with a free course. Also join our Yoga Explorers community, where we share our insights. See you.